Oké, üdvözlök mindenkitől itt az ELEX végigjátszásában, folytassuk is ott, ahol abba hagytuk. Hogy itt ilyen nagy mesterkedésekben vagyunk. Elcsaljuk ezt a csákót. Amúgy is megérdemli, hogy bármit csinálnak vele, mert nem akart beengedni, úgyhogy megérdemli a sorsát.
About the outlaws on the farm.
You mean the threat on our doorstep? The canker in our midst? They who should disappear?
There are too many outlaws at the farm. I need your help.
Very well. But I'll only pay half. I'm risking my life and my job coming to help you. Okay? Just wait a moment. I have to find a replacement at the gate. It can't go unguarded after all. I'll be right back. Yes. Let's go and take care of these outlaws.
Na menjünk!
You'll regret that.
Really?
Gustav is dead.
Then you deserve the profit from that. Check his corpse for the reward he offered you. And here's a sweetener for getting the job done. You backed the right side.
There are reasons for us to come together.
You think you can get a hold of a decent set of ALP components? I can find some shards to cover
I can't say that any more clearly.
Are you serious? Spitball of a day, ain't it?
Just believe in it. Belief overcomes.
Reméljük, ebben nem lesz problémánk.
That's a ruin, all right.
De mi lett canceldelve?
Keep your pockets closed and your eyes open. Unless you want to end up shardless and dead in the hands of those damn outlaws.
Jó, most már így marad. Nem érdekel. Mi a búbánatos tökömet csinálunk itt amúgy? Mignadon, Abessai.
What do you want? Do you back the clerics here, or do you want them gone?
You get right to the point, don't you?
And are you gonna give me an answer?
I'm against the clerics.
Right, good. I can see you talk sense. They say they're here to keep things safe, to keep order. But it's obvious they want to drop their neutrality and extend Ignadon's control into Abessai. Not allowing anyone in or out of the city. That's just the start of it. You think that's because the Alps are getting closer? Or that those followers of Kalan really want a backdoor for invasion?
The Albs are more of a threat than the clerics.
Executions, converters, torture. Believe me, I know all about that shit. But those guys are only interested in ELEX, and as far as I know, there isn't any more here in the city than there is elsewhere. So why should they show any interest in attacking a fortified position to get it, instead of sweeping up all there is out there?
The Albs want all the ELEX. All of it. No matter where it is.
We won't get in their way. We don't want ELEX. They have to see that. They'd be attacking us for nothing. No, it's the clerics.
Hunter sent me.
Why didn't he come himself?
He was afraid he wouldn't be let out of the city again if he was caught.
You mean he was afraid the same thing would happen to him that happened to me? Fuck it. At least the suggesters haven't found me yet. Did Hunter give you something for me?
Yes, I have something for you.
Thanks. I was starting to think that I would never leave this stinking cleric-infested dome. I don't know if Hunter promised you a reward, but here's something for me in any case. You've helped a good cause. Trust me.
Completed SaaS experience.
Why don't you do something to stop the clerics?
I trust you. You gave me my ticket here after all. But I can't tell you our plan. But you must have realized by now, the dome must go. The clerics can't be allowed to take Abessai. Leave me alone, will you?
Hát... Szob le a put akkor. Will you? Szintet kéne lépni, de hát ilyen küldetéseket nekem. Akkor már csak main mission-ös maradt. Outlaw, separatist, farm worker.
I stop listening whenever she opens her mouth. Huh, what do we have here? Fresh meat?
Paige? It is Paige, right? I hadn't seen you in a long while.
Azért volt ismerős ez a
That's because
karakter.
I get out of the way every time I see you coming, Ray. How did you get the guard to let you into the dome? They obviously don't consider berserkers a threat. However you got in, you're going to find it even harder to get out. The clerics are a little jumpy at the moment. You might say paranoid. So, when they do let someone in, it does make me wonder who they are and why the clerics thought letting them in was a good idea.
If it's so hard to get in, what are you doing here?
I got in before things got so paranoid. And I came here for profit, of course. Lots of nervous people close to the Alps tend to be willing to invest shards in their safety, you see. And getting hold of supplies is hard out here. So, if you can get them, you can sell them for a high price. Well, that was the plan. Now, the clerics have stopped me trading and cut off all the supplies.
And you just let them do that?
Of course I didn't let them. but getting around their ban isn't simple. It's impossible to get by the guards without an ID card. And they took mine from me as part of their crackdown. Now they say I'm causing trouble. But what else is a businesswoman supposed to do when she has her business taken from her?
About your trade ban.
Yeah, don't tell me. Trading weapons can pose a danger to the community. But this is about self-defense. The only person who can stop a person with a gun is a person with an even bigger gun. Am I right?
Yoksi.
I mean, what? Are we supposed to throw rocks at the Albs when they attack? But the clerics want to keep all the guns for themselves and screw the rest of us. They call it neutrality, but I say it's oppression.
Sounds like you could use some help.
Yes. Yes, I could. Still, let's say he's right. And that I could get a hold of supplies. Not from Tavar, obviously. They've blocked that route. Let's say I could get some weapons from the Separatists, for example. Let's say they have weapons and need shards. And that they also have the business acumen of a stunned troll, so they need a salesperson. Me, for example. What if I was to say that? And what if I was to say that I have to find someone who could enter and leave the city freely? If I was to say that, then what would you say?
Do you really think you can trust the Separatists?
I can't leave without profit. Hell, right now I can't eat without profit. So I need this deal. So if you blab, what have I lost? Nothing. And without any guns to show, it's just your word against mine. And even Alois isn't going to see that as justice.
I could help you get your weapons.
Good. Right. So, this is what you need to do. Leave the city and find a separatist called Radok. I think he's a separatist. But whatever he is, he's a mad fucker. I can't make sense of most of what he says. But he has the weapons and he likes trade. I think he likes trade. It's hard to tell. He wants to sell the weapons, but you'll have to work on him, okay? He won't just hand them over.
Jó, végre új
Where can I
küldi.
find Radok?
Up in the Highlands. When we last spoke, he told me he was going to head over to the northeast. He mentioned an abandoned wind turbine. With luck, he'll still be out there.
Nice. Keressünk küldiket. Outlaw. Outlaw. Ray, bazd meg, hogy te mindig útba vagy. Nincs semmi.
I'm watching you.
You watching me? Where the fuck are you? You watching me? You son of a bitch!
Hey, you.
Let me guess. I'm not allowed into the upper quarter?
What? No, everyone's allowed to move about freely here. I just have a question for you. You got here recently, right? I
Right.
just want to know what things are like outside the dome. What's going on out there? Are the Albs attacking?
There are raids, but there have been no major assaults recently.
I'm sure that's just the calm before the storm. I just hope the dome holds. There's a lot of people depending on this dome of mine. So they pass us by like a river around a rock. Kalan gave us the knowledge, and now look what we've achieved. A safe harbor for all people. The clerics and Ignidons say we've strayed. I say we've found the true path.
You built the dome?
I designed the plans for it, then we built it together. My name is Eric, by the way. Chief engineer here in the dome. I'm in charge of all the generators and technicians who oversee them.
Why don't the clerics have a dome like this in Ignidon?
The dome requires immense amounts of energy, and the fluctuations in it have to be constantly balanced. The technology is complex. That means there's no way to cover the Hort with a shield like this. Besides, the cliffs around Hort give it a natural protection.
Can this dome survive an Albatech?
Of course. Why do you think we built it? As long as we can maintain a constant energy flow, then they can't get in. Unfortunately, achieving that isn't so easy. Some of the energy regulators are starting to malfunction again.
Malfunctioning energy regulators sound dangerous.
Of course they are. Outside of frying yourself if you try to adjust them. If we were attacked right now, the whole dome would go critical.
About the broken energy regulators. What will happen if they aren't repaired?
If just one regulator fails, it could mean an emergency shutdown for the dome. Otherwise, the discharge it would create could kill a whole lot of the people the shield is supposed to be protecting. But whether it's a discharge or an emergency shutdown, both scenarios would see us defenseless.
How many energy regulators are broken?
Well, all of them. I've sorted replacements where I can. But Lutz hasn't received his yet.
I will help you with the energy regulators.
I wanted to do it myself, but do you really think you could handle it? I thought you berserkers didn't want anything to do with technology.
Do you want my help?
Cause outweighs the means, huh? Well, you help me and maybe I'll plant some trees later in your honor. I have the energy regulator here. Please, take it to Lutz and help him to install it. Come back to me when you're done.
Nice. Újabb küldi.
Am I crazy, or is our generator power fluctuating?
I think you can just leave it like that.
What you say is who you are.
Why even waste time thinking about it?
Okay.
Pöppet nagy ez a hely. Na ne kóbászunk itt össze-vissza, vegyük fel ezt a security measures-t. Csak véletlenül is vagyunk jó helyen.
What are you doing here? That's it. Get the hell out of here.
Jó van, na he.
Hey you, I heard you speaking to Eric. He gave you an energy regulator for the dome, right? Give it to me, will you? Very soon now, you're going to need the right sort of friend, and giving that to me will earn you that.
Why do you want the regulator?
Haven't you noticed the tension here? All the anger and the plotting? It scares the hell out of me. So I want a way out of here if things go wrong. A sort of backdoor. I want to modify the regulator so I can drop a section of the dome and get out if things go bad. Let me modify it. Then I'll give it back to you so you can get it to where it needs to be. You've got to see why I'd want a way out, yeah? So do we have a deal?
What's in it for me if I help you?
Profit is profit. I respect that attitude. What do you think about 100 shards?
Okay, Give me the 100 shards.
Here. Give me the regulator. Give me a moment. It won't take long. So, done. Here you go. Take it to Lutz like Eric asked you to. You won't regret trusting me. Now, I've got a way out of here, so you know who to find if things go to hell.
What happens if this thing is installed now?
Nothing at first. All that I did was install a small emergency shutoff. If things escalate here, if the clerks won't let us out of the city anymore, or if the outlaws lose it, then we have a way out. I hope we don't have to use it, but it's there just in case.
Did you flee here from the desert?
Flee? No. But to live in Tavar, you need shards. And despite my talents, I wasn't one of the Duke's favorites, and that made making a profit hard.
You think it's better here?
Yes, for sure. For me at least. And those berserkers are the worst for it. One of those assholes killed my friend, for fun. Now that bastard is focused on me and nobody's helping me. Even though they know it'll be their turn next, and keeping their head down won't save them.
Who is this berserker that's giving you trouble?
Brabak. A bull of a man and twice as ugly. Bone-breaking bastard.
About Brabak. Leave Brabak to me.
You'll deal with him? That would be great, really great. You won't find me trying to put you off that. If you think you can scare him off so he leaves me alone, that would be good. Even if I do, I think ramming a knife into his guts would be a better approach. I would have tried that myself. But if I'd failed... But if you do get rid of him, however you do it, then I will pay you.
About Brabak. Where can I find Brabak?
He's usually near the inn. Just follow your nose. If it smells like piss, you found him.
Let's trade.
Okay.
Hatchet. Healing potty.
Hey, that was great.
Az volt, great volt. Annyira bonyolódnak a szálak, hogy nem bírom követni az eseményeket.
Keep your hands off my machines. You and your berserker friends. You don't have the faintest idea of what I do around here. So I would appreciate it if you stayed away from my machines.
Eric sent me.
Thank Kalan. Do you have the energy regulator?
Yes. Here.
That thing looks kind of odd. This is definitely what Eric gave you? It doesn't look at all standard.
Yes, I brought it here straight from him.
Okay. As you say, Eric will have had his reasons. Thank you for bringing it to me. You go back and see Eric. He'll sort out payment for you. Meanwhile, I'll install this regulator and get things working again.
Oh, you come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No. I was exiled to the valley before I came here.
Menjünk vissza Erikához.
Lutz has the energy regulator.
Good. The dome should be more stable now. I thank Kalan for sending you.
200 experience.
The dome is a gift from Kalan. Never forget that.
Ha biztos. Ha te mondod. Egy szintet nem bírok lépni, he. Menjünk, keressük meg Borbakot.
You escaped in a crate?
Yeah, those idiots had no idea I was in there. This is the next one.
Ah, the gift and treasures of travel, for it brings new encounters. So what are you? Merchant? Bounty hunter? Or a nobody, like most people out there?
I'm a berserker.
Well, someone has to be. Those trees don't hug themselves after all. But as far as I see it, the way we are now, we should get along wonderfully with each other. I mean, otherwise, you wouldn't have even spoken to me, right?
How do people live here?
Here, smoke one with me, before you start bombarding me with questions, yeah? I have the best stuff here.
Pillanat, gyerekek, lökök a tűzre. Kurva hideg van. Finoman megfogalmazva a tényálladékot.
What do you have to offer?
Troll dung, rat scab, it's all first-class stuff. Snort it, smoke it, either way, you'll never forget the experience.
Forget it.
Well, that's your choice. From time to time, you need to open a door in your head and look inside, right? But if you won't, then all the more for me. That done, let's get into the real business.
Business? With me?
You see someone else here? Real business. A proper opportunity. You see, the clerics have had this city under their control for years. And the Duke thinks they're planning to take control everywhere, sooner or later. And he thinks the Dome City could be the starting point for their military campaign. So, my job is to find out if he's right. If there is something brewing that could be dangerous for us in Tavar.
What information have you gathered about the clerics?
Pretty much nothing so far. They've not been very loose-lipped around me. I must sort of stand out.
So, you want me to be your spy?
I want you to find out information. Now I can see in your eyes that you haven't fallen for the cleric's tricks. You aren't simple enough to believe every piece of troll shit you're fed.
What do you expect from me?
All that you have to do is get some answers out of somebody, and I've even got the guy lined up ready for you. His name is Lutz. He's one of Alois's technicians. As far as I know, he's trying to re-establish communications with the other clerics in Ignadon. While Alois will tell you the clerics here are neutral, separate from the ones in the Horde. Go and grill Lutz. Find out if there'll be an offensive soon. Do that, then come back to me as soon as you have any useful information.
You know, helping the Duke out is probably a good idea. He gets kind of pissed when he finds out you didn't.
How many shards are you talking about?
Enough. The Duke is generous. I pay. That much you can be sure of.
Why do you think that these technicians will know about the cleric's plans?
Because he's the guy that maintains all the communications equipment. He must have heard something from the comms. And he's more likely to talk than anyone further up the chain. I want to know what he's heard. I need to know what he knows.
Nagyon jó. De ezt a másik majmot hol találom? Az lesz az. Na, most felszedünk egy újabb küldetést. Az sose problém. Az sose nem problém. Mondjuk...
You can forget it, bro.
Hey, come over here. Let's get a drink together.
What are we celebrating?
Victory over the Alps! Or do you have another reason to celebrate? Because any reason works for me.
Victory over the Alps?
Well, imminent victory. Got to be, hasn't it? Or don't you have any confidence in us? Don't say the wrong thing now. You got to believe if you want to succeed.
If you keep drinking, you're not going to beat anyone.
What the? I was being hospitable there. Now you're opening your mouth and inviting someone to shut it. And I am so close to plugging it for you. But because you're new, I'll give you a chance. One final chance. If you get the next round, we'll stay good friends. So, what'll it be? Are you gonna take it in the teeth or feed it to the liver?
Show me what you've got.
A fighter. Let's have you then, fighter.
Put that thing down. Now you get clever.
He's the fighter. What the fuck? You cheating bastard! Did you drug me? What the fuck did you do to me?
I beat you, asshole.
Yeah, keep pushing your luck. Someone will shut that big mouth permanently one day.
Why aren't you in a den with the other berserkers?
Fuck the berserkers. I don't have anything more in common with them. They would have exiled me to the valley sooner or later, so I beat them to the punch and left. Fuck them and their laws. You can have it much easier here.
Your reputation precedes you.
Let's just say, that crap-stained skin flap of a man was shooting his mouth off about me, and he didn't have anything better to say about you. It's about time someone pays him a visit. Now, you're the one to do it. That lying shit is telling people I killed a family out in the Badlands. Total fucking bullshit. I killed 5 families out in the Badlands. Paraded around out there. Hardly a weapon between them. Like they wanted to die. Those dipshits got themselves killed. And now, Riley spread it all around the dome. He's even got some of the guards believing his yammer. But But if someone else were to shut him up, I'd be in the clear, and those guards would be off my back. Take care of him, and I'll make it worth your while.
You need to learn respect for others.
You think that because you beat me once, that I'm afraid of you? You are so wrong. So piss off, or I'll give you your head on a plate.
Give people some respect, and you won't need to fight.
Let me tell you something right now. I'm gonna give your whore of a mother a reason to cry. Come here!
Did you mean to do that?
All right. You've made your point, so leave me alone.
You had better leave people alone from now on.
I got it.
From now on, keep your hands off the outlaws.
And if I don't?
Then you'd better find a bodyguard before I come back for you.
All right, fuck it. You get your wish.
Smart decision. I took the energy regulator to Lutz.
And? Did he install it?
Yes, Lutz installed it.
That is excellent. Good work. Here, a little extra for a job well done. Now, we wait.
About Brabak. You needn't worry about Brabak. He'll leave you alone.
Leave me alone? He won't do that while he still draws breath. Oh, please tell me you didn't appeal to his conscience. He hasn't got one.
Don't worry. I made things clear to him. He won't be back.
Well, okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. Wow. I might actually live through this year now. Thank you. Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Experience 200.
Let's trade.
Okay.
Olyan nagyon nem haladunk így a szintlépéssel ezzel az Abessás cuccokkal. 100 meg 200 XP-s küldetések tömkelegével. Mondjuk a Weapon Embargo-sot még megcsinizzük. Meg nem mozduljál, drága Ré.
You once possessed great ELEX abilities, didn't you? You're probably a soldier from Zakor, possibly even a commander, but you are now free from ELEX, and from the orders that come from the heart of Zakor. Have you come here to die like the clerics that I just killed, or are you here to trade?
What can you offer me?
The weapons of my enemies. Never used, dropped once. Well cleaned. You won't find a drop of their blood on them. I have traveled alone since I left Zakor, and I wish to remain so. Still, if you have information to give me, that would be useful. Information and shards are what an alb needs to survive in the lands of the free people. Not that either of those things help these clerics keep their lives.
Paige sent me.
Paige? Do I know Paige? Faces and names of the free people, they merge into one. But you must mean the woman from the domed city. But I have business to conclude before we speak. It seems there are two followers of Kalan nearby who are anxious to see their god in person. And I must send them on their way. Quickly, decide. Will you stand with me in battle?
You can count on me.
Good. Then let us send Kalan as followers. This one's mine!
It's time to teach you a lesson.
I'll do it! The clerics lie in the dirt, and there is no sign of their so-called god. Let us hope the stench of these bodies makes the rest of his followers think before they challenge the separatists. Loyalty should be rewarded. Loyalty is what will save us from the free people.
75 sor. Mondtam hogy az a kívülálló Outlaws, vagy Outlawsoknak kellene.
It should be enough for her to start her plans. I will arrange to deliver the rest to her in due time.
I will pass her the message.
Do so.
Szintet lépegettünk, gyermekeim, végre. Úgyhogy mielőtt folytatnánk ezt a küldetést, mondjuk először megcsináljuk már ezt, utána elmegyünk a szintlépést, megcsinizzük.
back in business.
Good. I was hoping for some higher caliber stuff, but this will do. If you'd brought spitballs and blowpipes, I'd find someone to buy them. People just aren't feeling safe right now. Here, this is for getting your feet sore and arranging the deal.
300 sard.
Better armed is better prepared. You mark my words.
Jó. Nagyon jó. Várja, milyen weaponünk van? A Redeemer, ahhoz kell 65-ös Dex, meg 65-ös Intelligence. A Warbow, Hunting Bow. Ja, mondjuk a Warbow-t felfejleszteni. Ahhoz mi kell? Meglessük. Megsasoljuk. Csúcsolunk egyet. Mana nincs hozzá. Nézzénk, meg is lenne. Manánk nincsen hozzá, meg Dex kell 64-es. Dex 64-es.
I'd like to trade.
Pick your armor, choose your weapon, we can trade.
Tehát vagy Paladin, de az a Constitution kell nekünk. A Dexterity és a Constitution. Jó. Tehát Dexterity-t 64-es. Nem is tudom, mert 60 fel... bazd meg. Utána a Constitution. Jó. Nagyon jó. Veri fasa. Nem.
Move along, civilian.
Inkább ezt csináljuk. De faszom velem bele. Édes jó Istenem az égbe! Hogy lehet valami ekkora fos? Hogy? Hogy lehet valami ekkora fos?
I heard you are having trouble establishing communications with the Horde in Ignadon.
That is just... Wait. How do you know that? That's confidential.
I just overheard someone talking about it.
So the word is out? That is a worry, a real worry. Well, we can't waste any more time. We need to fix that comms relay station before anyone tries to take advantage of our problems. Since you're in the know, can you help me?
We might be able to come to an agreement.
An agreement? Okay, sure, an agreement. As long as you help. If you don't help us, we could lose everything we have here. And if things fall apart out there, you can be certain that it will get bloody for everyone.
What's so important about fixing your communications right now?
We're awaiting the delivery of some combat mechs. But they haven't arrived, and we've no way to check why without communications being reestablished. That's why we've got to get the link back up now, so we can find out what's going on.
What do you need combat mechs for?
I don't know. I guess they're worried about security. And supplies. We need firepower to get enough food and tech spares into the dome to keep things going. And that's before the Alps. Zakor might have left us alone recently, but who knows how long that'll last. But it's not just about mechs. It's about food and news and everything else. We need a link with the Hort to keep this place going. We need to get this fixed as soon as possible. And please, please, keep this problem confidential. Otherwise, we are very likely to face even greater challenges. Here are the coordinates of the relay station that's gone down. It's over to the northeast of the city. Head that way and keep looking out for an antenna on the horizon. But I have no idea what the issue is there. You might be able to fix it at the bottom, but there's a chance you might have to climb the antenna mast. There will be a device somewhere on site that you can use to recalibrate the antenna. I hope that'll be enough to fix the problem.
Nagyon jó. Csinálunk egy mentést. És innen fogjuk majd folytatni. Köszönöm szépen, hogy itt voltatok velem. Sziasztok!